I'm Katie McManus, business strategist and leadership coach. Welcome to my live. I'm talking today about the 3 M's, talking about motivation, manifestation, and momentum, and how we get this so wrong. I I want to start this off, just a little housekeeping. I am going live to the Facebooks, to LinkedIn, to YouTube, and to Twitter, even though I'm not really on Twitter. But sometimes the comments don't come through from all places. So if you comment, I love for this to be interactive, but if you comment and I don't shout you out, unless you've said something super weird, it's just that I'm not seeing your comment. And I so look forward to going in and responding to it later. Anyway, let's start with the number one misunderstood motivation. What do I have to say about motivation? So we've all been to one of those talks where motivational speakers on stage, they're getting us all riled up and they get us inspired to go and change our lives. And we're in the auditorium and we're listening and we're clapping and we're laughing and we're crying and we're thinking of all the things that we want to go do because we now have this spark to go and get it done. And hi, Joy. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Hello, welcome. But here's what happens. Motivation is like a match that you light to illuminate a very dark cave with no other source of light. You strike it, it catches fire, it lights up a little portion of everything for about a minute. If that, matches are pretty short. If you have like one of the really long ones, maybe it's a whole minute. And then it goes out. So what normally happens when we go to one of those motivational talks is we get all riled up. We're so excited. We're just frothed. And then we go to lunch and we kind of talk about it. We're like, oh my God, I can't wait to go and tackle this big thing in my business. And then after lunch, we're kind of sleepy because we just had a big lunch and we kind of worked off all that excitement, right? We worked off all the excitement. And now it's gone. And now we're just going to get back to our life. And the motivation has burned out. Okay. So what happens very often when folks are starting their businesses is that there are scary things that they have to do, right? So they have to put themselves out there on social media. They have to be really brave and be willing to go on camera. They have to put an offer together and have the conviction that is the right thing for their clients. They also have to put a price on that offer, a price that is honoring of the work that they do and also something that their clients will pay. That's a big one. People are terrified of putting too high a price on their work. Hi, Scott. This thing is on. Video seems stalled? No. Is it stalled? Let me just check. I'm having some streaming issues lately. What is going on? Something that their clients will pay. That's a big one. People are terrified of putting too high a price on their work. I think we're good, Scott. You scared me for a second there. Hi, Scott. This thing is on. Vimeo's. Okay. So anyway, so back to the talk today. So motivation does not carry you to do any of those things. It might carry you to post once. It might carry you to design something that you're going to offer someday. Okay. It might push you to put a big price tag on something, but then you kind of lose the motivation and you're like, okay, but I'm going to offer a discount. Okay. Oh, Florina, thank you. Working fine for me so far. Scott, I think it might have been your connection. And hi, Asher, welcome. Let me see. And Carnell, hello, welcome. And I hope I'm pronouncing everyone's names correctly. If I'm not, please write them phonetically. I'm big on pronouncing people's names correctly. So we can't wait on motivation. We cannot wait on motivation if we want to make our businesses real. Okay. We can't wait on motivation if we want to do anything worthwhile in our lives. Okay. The reason for this is that motivation is unpredictable. We don't know what that next motivating thing is going to be. And let me tell you, as someone who used to rewatch a certain motivating YouTube video over and over and over again, they lose their juice after a while. Okay. There's that pump up song that you over listen to and it no longer works, right? It's happened to all of us. Just like your conditioner at some point will stop making your hair soft. Okay. There's a Grey's Anatomy episode about it. So motivation cannot be relied upon because it's unpredictable. It's also unreliable. It's unreliable. Okay. You cannot plan on being motivated at a certain time every single day for a certain thing. Okay. It is just not going to happen unless you do another thing that I'm going to tell you about in a little bit. Okay. And motivation, when we wait for motivation to strike, we actually open ourselves up to a very deadly disease. And it's called shiny object syndrome. It's deadly. It'll kill you. It'll kill your business. It'll kill a lot of amazing things in your life. When you wait for motivation to strike, you open yourself up and to become a carrier and, of this awful disease, shiny object syndrome. Because motivation strikes you when it feels like it, not when you want it to happen. Okay. And starting a business is not about doing it when you feel like it. Okay. If I opened a grocery store, but only opened it when I felt like selling groceries, would people be able to consistently come and buy food for their dinner? No, they wouldn't be able to plan on it. I would be unreliable as a business owner. My business would not be reliable to them in the community. They would go somewhere else. Okay. You're doing the same thing in your business when you're waiting for motivation to strike. Okay. So that's M number one. And I want to put a pin in it because we're going to come back to motivation. There is a way to harness it. It's not sexy, but it works. And I'm going to be getting to that shortly. Okay. The number 2M that I like talking about, that a lot of coaches love beating the drum over, is manifestation. And if you're not sure what manifestation means, it means getting super, super clear on this big dream, this big vision that you want for yourself. And not just getting clear on it, but spending time every day focusing on it, making it real in your mind's eye, feeling the feeling of succeeding at it. One of my favorite examples of manifestation is Jim Carrey, okay, the actor. He's in Dumb and Dumber, Liar, Liar, a couple different movies that have the same word repeated, apparently. But anyway, when he was trying to make it in Hollywood, when he was trying to become an actor, he gave himself, I think, a certain amount of time. And what he would do is he wrote a check to himself, things for $10 million for acting services rendered. And every day, every night, he'd drive, I think, to Mulholland Drive in Hollywood. I don't know my geography of LA, so I might be getting that wrong. So forgive me if you're from LA and you know better. And he'd sit there in his car and he would focus on, this is my life. I've done this already. I'm bringing this in. I'm calling it in. He was manifesting this success. Now, where manifestation fucks us up is that you can't stop there. Okay. If he were out just waiting tables and waiting for someone to discover him and weren't going and auditioning and putting himself out there and taking classes and networking and meeting people, that manifestation never would have worked. Absolutely would not have worked. Okay. By the way, I think the first movie that he made $10 million was Dumb and Dumber. I might be wrong on that. I'm really good at half-ass referencing things that excite me and support my theory. But if you want to fact check me there, I won't be offended. Manifestation requires action. Okay. We can be really, really clear on what we want. We can journal about it. We can create a million different vision boards. But if we don't take consistent action, if we don't move mountains and molehills to try to make that manifestation real, it is never going to fucking happen for you. Okay. Manifestation takes creativity. It takes trust and belief in yourself and trusting the universe that the universe wants you to have this thing. And it takes a shit ton of action to make it real. Okay. We cannot just sit and manifest everything that we want to come to us if we're not willing to go out and do the work. Okay. This is what a lot of new business owners do by creating a website, by creating an Instagram and posting some half-assed stuff on there. Okay? You're doing the work to create a business, but you're not actually creating the business. You're not actually going out there and getting business. You're expecting these small manifestation tasks to do the heavy lifting for you. It doesn't work that way. Okay? I'm gonna talk about the third M, and this is the M that brings everything together. This is the M that creates motivation consistently. This is the M that makes everything that you're manifesting real for you. Okay? This is momentum. Momentum is the gold standard of all the M's, all the M's in the world, except for McManus, which is another great M. Momentum is when you do something consistently over and over and over and over and over again. So much so that you're afraid to drop the ball. You've done it so many times. And hi, Stephen Doyle from Ireland. Good afternoon to you. When you have momentum in something, for instance, okay, so I'm on day 23 of no alcohol. Okay. My goal is to do 100 days. I've been carrying this ball for 23 days. Okay. I have been consistent. I've been not drinking alcohol for 23 days. If I drop that ball now, I'm going to have to start over again. Okay. I'm not going to be able to have a glass of wine on that 101st day. 101st day. That's how you say that. Anyway, momentum. If you're building a business, you have to go and show up every single damn day. You have to point to yourself and to your business and say, hey, this is how we're useful to you. If you need what I'm selling, this is how you do it. Okay. If you want to have a successful acting career, you have to consistently apply for auditions and show up to the auditions and do your damn best. Okay. If you want to do anything worthwhile, you have to build the momentum around it. Okay. You're not going to be able to call it in without the action, and you're not going to be able to only take action when you have motivation. Now, momentum creates motivation in that say there's a day where, say you set an exercise goal for yourself and you're 30 days into a 90-day goal. And every single day you've gone for either a walk or a run. And there's one day you wake up and it's cold and it's rainy out and you went to sleep a little late and you just have a really busy day ahead of you and your alarm clock has gone off and it's just too early. And you're just like, oh, I really don't want to do it today. If you were just relying on motivation to help you go out and do that, to go for that walk or that run, you're never going to do it. You're going to turn off your alarm. You're going to snooze it. You're going to roll over. You're going to go back to sleep to the sound of rain falling out your window. Okay, which sounds really nice. Let's be real. Like there's a reason why we want to stay in bed. But having built up momentum, having done this for 29 days up until now, you're carrying that ball. If you stop now, you have to do another 90 days. And you know that there are going to be other mornings in those 90 days where you've gone to bed late, where you're tired, where it's rainy and cold out, and you're not going to want to do it. Okay. When we create momentum for ourselves, we actually give ourselves that inspiration of motivation. Hi, Guillaume. And I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. That R has really thrown me. But good morning from Brazil. Now, momentum also carries us to fulfill everything that we're manifesting, right? Momentum is what carried Jim Carrey. That threw me when I said carried. And yeah, anyway, I haven't had enough coffee this morning. Momentum is what creates everything that we're manifesting and makes it real in our life. Okay. If you want to have a rockin' bod, creating momentum around your workout calendar and your workout routine and your eating schedule is going to make it real for you. If you want to start a business, creating momentum, doing something every damn day that gets your voice out there, that gets your services out there, is what is going to bring people into your business. Anything that you are wanting in your life, if you create some momentum around it. And I don't mean doing some big, overwhelming thing every day. I mean small action steps. Okay. If you're just starting to work out, go for a 10-minute walk for 30 days in a row. Okay. If you're just getting on social media, don't worry about posting stuff yet. Go and spend 10 minutes a day commenting on other people's posts. Start building those relationships. Okay. That momentum is going to create a habit of you showing up for that thing. You can always augment it and make it harder and more of a time commitment and make yourself get out there as you get used to it. Okay. We're not making you feel like you're going to vomit every single day unless you really want that. We're talking about making real things that you want real in your life. Okay. So if you're taking anything away from this talk, I want you to stop waiting for motivation to strike. I want you to stop waiting for that spark that you know is going to burn out quickly. Okay. I want you to stop just sitting with your journal or your vision board and just imagining how amazing your life is going to be. I want you to start creating some momentum. Start doing a small thing every damn day that gets you closer to your goal, that keeps you engaged and keeps you doing the thing that generates that motivation for you. Okay. Without that, whatever it is that you want is probably not going to happen. And that sucks because I know you deserve for good things to happen to you. Anyway, Asher, oh, thank you very much. And let me see. And Carnell, just want to make sure I said hi. Yep. For some reason, my computer let me navigate out and back in. Super weird. It just had an update, so that was completely human error. Anyway, if you found this useful, I'd love to hear in the comments how you're going to be creating momentum for yourselves. And if it's personal, then feel free to DM it to me. I don't want you sharing anything. Scott, yeah, have a great day, and you keep pushing forward too. I'm Katie McManus, business strategist and leadership coach. Keep working on those dreams. I know they are coming your way. Anyway, have a great Thursday, and I will talk to you all soon.